Hello, my friends. It's April 28th, 2017, and it's time for today's big story. Alright, I'll do this first this time. There you go. So some days it's like, what is going to be the big story? Is there going to be a big story? What should I cover today? And then today it's like, there's too many stories to cover. So instead of just doing one, I'm going to do rapid fire because a whole bunch of information came out. A whole bunch of exciting stuff that I want to share with you. So we're going to do rapid fire stories and give you just the important tidbits. So first up, Nintendo, out of nowhere, announced the new 2DS XL. They just put it up, a trailer for it on their YouTube channel. They were like, surprise, here you go. Covering Go Nintendo, I was paying attention to the financial information because that was coming out at exactly the same time. And right as that was about to start, Nintendo put this trailer on their YouTube channel. They're just like, yeah, here's this thing. It's coming out soon. So it comes out July 28th. It's going to be $150. We put the trailer on our YouTube channel, so I'm sure you've seen it. And then on top of that, on the same day, Miitopia and Hey Pikmin come out. So it's launching alongside two brand new 3DS games. So a pretty big deal. And I don't know about you, but that system looks pretty damn nice to me. Over in Japan, they're getting another option. They're getting a Bubble Slime new 2DS XL, which is ridiculously gorgeous. Oh man, it's so nice looking, especially, oh, well, obviously if you like the Dragon Quest franchise. That's coming out July 29th. I don't think that sucker has any hopes of coming out here. It would all depend on if the new Dragon Quest game, Dragon Quest XI, gets localized. And I would love for it to be localized. We'll find out. And then maybe there's a slim chance of that thing coming here. But for now, just Japan. So obviously with this announcement of the new 2DS XL, Nintendo is trying to prove that they are not going to leave the 3DS behind just because the Switch is out. They're pledging support to the system. Obviously, there's the new redesign of the system, and now today, Reggie Fils-Aime over at Nintendo went a little bit further to say that more stuff for the 3DS is coming. He specifically said, we will certainly be announcing new titles for the 3DS platform, and we'll do that continuously. Some things will be announced at E3. There will be some that we'll announce after E3. For us, E3 is an important event, but it's not the one defining moment. God darn it. Obviously, with Nintendo Direct, we've created means to speak directly to our consumer base. We want to provide news and information when we believe it's most relevant. So, we're going to hear about 3DS come E3. We'll see some new games there, and then, like you said, more after as well. As you know, today is the launch day for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and here's something absolutely insane. So, Amazon has a list of their best-selling video games for 2017. They update this daily, and it's a list, you know, number one is the number one best-selling game of 2017, and it goes downward from there. So the number one and number two positions are just PlayStation Network cards. So like, you know, $10 card, $20 card. The first game on the list is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's the first piece of software that is the biggest selling game of 2017 as far as Amazon sales go. The number 4 position, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Switch. So somehow Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has already overtaken The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Switch sales. That's insane. So there has to be pre-orders there along with the sales that have happened today that weren't pre-order. That's nuts. So if Breath of the Wild is selling so well, you would imagine Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is going to be just as big, potentially bigger for Nintendo. It's just crazy. Now, this is just Amazon sales, but still, day one launch to have it take the number one position as far as software, actual physical software goes. That's crazy. As you probably know, it's still really hard to get a Switch, and GameStop says, yeah, we don't see any signs of this slowing down. This is GameStop's Eric Bright. He's their Senior Director of Merchandising. He says, Switch is exceeding our expectations. We knew it would be a high-demand product, but our Switch allocations are selling out not in days, but in hours. The demand is so high that consumers have to react quickly to be able to get their hands on them. Right now, we're not seeing sales going down at all, and I would expect that to continue for quite some time. We just posted up Best Buy's website had stock of the Switch. They had the neon option and the gray option. We put that up on Go Nintendo. Obviously, lots of other outlets covered it as well on their own. And like a couple hours later, sold out, all gone. All they have now is like overpriced Switch bundle options with, you know, a whole bunch of games in there and extra like accessories and stuff you might not want. But that's all that's available right now. The standalone units have sold out, and that was allocation to prepare for the launch of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So it's still going to be tough to find a Switch. Nintendo has revealed that the NES Classic Edition has sold 2.3 million units. Now, obviously, as you know, after this month, you're not going to be able to get any more new units. They're not going to sell them anymore. Your only options are going to be third-party resellers, and you're going to probably pay out the butt for it. So Nintendo talked a little bit about that, and, you know, obviously the stock issues and expectations for sales. Again, this is Reggie Fils-Aime. He says, we had originally planned for this product to be, a product for last holiday. We just didn't anticipate how incredible the response would be. Once we saw that response, we added shipments and extended the product for as long as we could to meet more of that consumer demand. Even with the extraordinary level of performance, we understand that people are frustrated about not being able to find the system, and for that we really do apologize. But from our perspective, it's important to recognize where our future is and the key areas that we need to drive. We got a lot going on right now, and we don't have unlimited resources. So basically Nintendo's saying, look, we got the Switch, we got to make those. We got the new 2DS XL, we got to make those. We're rumored to be working on the Super Nintendo Classic Edition. You know, that's not confirmed. Then they got all their game productions and controller productions and stuff like that. So they got a lot of stuff being made. Obviously, there's more NES Classic Editions to be sold if they made them. But Nintendo is deciding to shift to their other areas. Obviously, the main focus right now is selling Switch as well as 3DS. So they got to focus there. But we'll see what happens in the future. Finally, once again, which is not a big surprise, Nintendo has said that they are not going to be doing a traditional E3 press conference this year. They haven't specifically said what they're doing. Obviously, it's going to be some kind of Nintendo Direct situation, but they said no traditional press conference. So, you know, Sony and Microsoft go on stage and put on a live presentation. Nintendo used to do that too. Not doing it again this year, opting for their own thing, and we're going to learn more details about that later on, obviously before E3, and that information is going to come from Nintendo of America. So we're in April now, E3's in June, we'll probably learn some stuff next month. Alright, that's today's big stories for April 28th, 2017. Thanks for watching and liking and subscribing and commenting. It's very much appreciated. I'll be back on Monday for whatever Monday's big story is. Tomorrow I'll be doing the Go Nintendo podcast, so you can join me for that. And please, I haven't even touched on some of the information that Nintendo put out in their financial briefing. You can go read up on all that. We did a detailed breakdown on everything. They talk about Switch sales and 3DS sales and evergreen titles and plans for Switch advertising, all kinds of stuff. So there's so much information in the last 24 hours. Take some time to check all that out. And if you have been, thank you. I appreciate it. So anyway, if I don't see you tomorrow for the podcast, have a lovely weekend. Play some games, have some fun, hang out with friends and family. And I'll see you on Monday for Monday's big story. Hey guys, RMC here from Go Nintendo. If you like what you saw in the video, why don't you give us a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe? We'd love to have you. If you want to see what else we're up to, you can check out GoNintendo.com for 24-hour Nintendo news. You can visit us on Facebook at Facebook.com/GoNintendo. You can check us out on Twitter at Twitter.com/GoNintendoTweet. And we're even over on Instagram at Instagram.com/GoNintendo. I put all the links in the description just to make it easier for you guys to follow. Thanks a lot.